She walked in with another man and demanded I sign the papers. She had no idea what was waiting for her. Steam curled from my coffee cup as I stirred in the milk, watching it swirl into the dark. It was a quiet morning, ordinary in every way, until the front door burst open. Madeline stormed in like a corporate hurricane, dressed not for home but for a boardroom showdown. Behind her trailed a man I didn't recognize. He stood smug and silent, arms folded like he was waiting to gloat. And then there was the boy, maybe 9 years old. His hair was wild, unbrushed, and he clutched a superhero backpack so tightly his knuckles had turned white. He looked nothing like me. Madeline's eyes didn't soften. They didn't even blink. "Sign these divorce papers," she said, her voice like shattered glass. "And leave today." Just like that. No warmth. No hesitation. No acknowledgement of the 13 years we'd spent building a life together. It was like our past had been scrubbed from her mind. Before I could respond, our real son, stood from the couch. Liam. Said he. Too composed for a teenager watching his family fall apart. His gaze didn't go to her. It locked onto the boy beside her. "You don't understand, Mom," he said. His voice didn't tremble. He handed her a battered leather notebook. Its corners were frayed, the spine barely holding. She opened it, and her face drained of color. Her hands trembled as she flipped through the pages. The man behind her leaned in to peek, but she pulled the book away like it burned. "What is this?" she whispered. That was the moment her carefully constructed world began to unravel. I met Madeline when we were both hustling to survive. We worked nights at a seedy bar, scraping tips and dreaming about something bigger. On quiet nights, we'd sneak to the rooftop and talk about the life we'd build. No handouts, no shortcuts. Just love, grit, and ambition. And we did it. We built a business from scratch. We bought our first home. We raised Liam, our son. We were partners in every way. At least that's what I believed. But somewhere along the way, she changed. Her phone was always face down. Her hugs stiffened. Her laugh lost its warmth, replaced by something hollow and practiced. Then one night, Liam asked me why Uncle Josh had picked Madeline up from his school. Her just a friend, co-worker. That night, she came home wearing perfume I didn't recognize, spinning a story too polished to be true. I didn't confront her. Not then. I kissed her cheek, smiled, and started gathering evidence. Because betrayal doesn't shout. Slices. Slowly. Precisely. And I was going to answer with the same precision. For a year, I became a ghost in my own life. Observing. Recording. I hired a private investigator. Cloned her phone. Planted a recorder in her car. I wasn't looking for a confrontation. I was building an airtight case. What I found gutted me. *4 hidden bank accounts. *business trips to cities where her company had no presence. *lavish spending sprees on hotels, dinners, jewelry. And then the final blow, a DNA test. The boy with the backpack. He was hers. But not mine. Born in secret. Raised in silence. Hidden behind a parallel life I never saw coming. Liam had found her diary months earlier, tucked in a box behind old Christmas decorations in the attic. Inside, every confession. Her double life. Her guilt. Her lies. Her feelings for Josh. Even her thoughts about leaving me and taking Liam with her. I told Liam to stay quiet. That we'd wait. 4 months before this morning I moved every asset, house, business, savings, into a trust with Liam as the beneficiary. Legally I was just the trustee. Madeline had no access. 3 months ago I retained a divorce attorney. Clever, aggressive, and relentless. I gave him the diary. His grin said it all. 6 weeks before today, a forensic accountant traced every dollar she'd stolen and hidden. By the time she walked in, waving papers like a weapon, I was already 10 moves ahead. Liam stood beside her now, older in that moment than I'd ever seen him. "I read everything," he said quietly. "The affair. The money. What you wrote about me." Her knees buckled. She collapsed into the armchair. Josh scoffed. This is ridiculous. I turned to him. You knew she was married. You knew she had a son. You knew she used stolen money to fund your lifestyle. He sneered. Prove it. I slid a folder across the table. Bank statements, receipts, photographs. I already did. Silence fell over the room, heavy and absolute. Madeline looked up at me, really looked at me, for the first time in years. You knew, she whispered. From the first lie you told without blinking. She glanced at the diary, then at Liam. I didn't want you to find out this way. Liam didn't flinch. But you wrote it down. You wanted someone to find it. Her voice cracked. It was complicated. No, I said. It was calculated. I handed her a single sheet. Not divorce papers. Those had been filed 3 days earlier and delivered via certified mail. This was a custody agreement. Full custody to me. Supervised visitation for her. Her lawyer had already signed it. Her lips parted, stunned. You can't take him from me. I'm not, I said. He is. Liam stepped back without a word. She sat there, crumbling in slow motion. I gave her 5 minutes to pull herself together. No screaming. No begging. Just the realization that the life she thought she was escaping to was nothing but ash. Josh left first, jaw clenched, silent. She lingered a few moments longer. Tears slipped down her face, but she said nothing, until Liam softly asked her to leave. She did. From the porch we once painted together, I watched her car disappear down the street. The boy, her other son, sat in the back seat, confused. Innocent. That part still stings. Liam stood beside me. Taller somehow. Steady. She thought I didn't notice, he said. She thought we didn't matter. I nodded, taking the diary from his hands. Should we burn it? He asked. No, I said. Let it rot. Just like the part of her that wrote it. People ask if I regret staying silent for so long. I don't. Because vengeance doesn't shout. Waits. Calculates. It delivers justice without rage, without violence. Just truth. She came to break me. But I'd already rebuilt myself. And she left knowing she'd already lost.